Assalamualaikum. Today we would like to present about the role of breeding and genetics in animal production improvement in the developing countries. My name is Karina Safi and I would like to present about abstract, introductions, breed comparisons, and research required. For abstract, accessibility of animal protein for human consumption is extremely low in the developing countries for the most part on account of low profitability of existing animals. Available resources to improve efficiency through breeding are examined and some fundamental issue requiring further research call attention to. Next, for introductions, the total productions of meat and milk has increased in the developing and developed countries. Due to the population increase, the net production per capita also has increased in the developing countries while the situation is much brighter in the more advanced countries. Attention will be given to measure which can improve the productivity per animal, which is include a whole range of activities such as improvements in animal health, feeding, and management as well as work in animal breeding and genetics. For breed comparisons, there are two types of cattle, which is European type cattle and Zebu type cattle. For European type cattle, it is decrease in feed intake when kept for prolonged periods at 27 and above. Feed intake and milk production generally remain considerably higher for European type dairy cattle, have low early mortality, good fertility and high fat and protein content in the milk. For Zebu type cattle, do not start losing appetite until temperatures above about 35 are reached. It is well adapted to the tropical environments. The potential for milk production is poorly developed. However, milk yield per lactation has increased quite considerably through crossing between European and indigenous Zebu. Lastly, for the research required, the optimum level of European type under different environmental stress and levels of the management also needs further study and considerations. It is important to know whether sire with superior progeny proved from the temperate zone will be equally superior when progeny tested in the tropics on crossbreed or purebred progeny. Next, I will pass to the next presenter.
Program. First, straightforward upgrading to a temperate dairy breed. Storing frozen semen and artificial insemination allow upgrading to be organized more quickly and cheap. The cow should be inseminated with frozen semen from outstanding dairy bull and progeny testing schemes. Enable the receiving country to draw on the very best genetic material available in the world. Best young bull from the nucleus unit could be used for AI. Second, crossbreeding for the formation of a new breed. Conditions are to serve for purebred European cattle in tropical and subtropical areas. New breed creation through crossing between local cattle and imported breed. The program includes selection for heat and tick resistance. Third, selection within an improvable local strain. Local strain of cattle in tropic appear to have very good meat yield such as Shewell. The average lactation meal yield in the study has gone up to 1,042 kg to 1,527 kg. The cooperatives run a large-scale AI schemes and the genetic improvement is based on the occasional meal recording and the program of progeny testing. And lastly, rotational crossbreeding. Pieces of imported semen or bull and semen from National Nucleus Breeding Unit of the temperate breed of decrease the cost. The main difficulty is the present shortage of improved strain of tropical dairy cattle. Improvement of promising local dairy strain should be encouraged. I would like to pass to next presenter.
Okay, now I will present about my part, which is beef cattle. Beef production in developing countries is carried out in a number of distinct production systems which might most conveniently be grouped into three main classes, which is pastoralism, settle farming, and ranching. In many developing countries nowadays of heavy overgrazing of grasslands, low productivity of livestock, and high mortality may at least partly be overcome through a stratification of production. Next, production traits of particular importance. For beef production, fertility and growth rate are the main biological traits. Resistance to the environmental stress is the important characters. Beef cattle cannot be shielded off from the environmental stress like dairy cattle. Their main function is to convert the pastoral vegetation into meat. Animals which can withstand the total impact of the environment are therefore required. Cattle of Indian or African origin have shown themselves to be considerably more resistant to harsh tropical conditions than European type cattle. They have superior water economy and can walk long distance to watering points. Their skin and hair coat reflect solar radiation well, and they have a high degree of resistance or tolerance to parasites and infectious disease. Thank you, and I will pass to the next presenter.
Next is future research. Basically, it is important to investigate further the immunological and physiological explanation for the genetic difference in the tick resistance. Because of the enormous economic value of the issue of trypanosomiasis, which is a protozoal disease spread by tissue fly, makes the development of cattle in large area unlikely. Next is breeding program for hot climate. Any breeding program have to consider the general social and economic development rate in the country concerned, use the superior adaptability of animal of the zebu type and other tropical native breeds, and the market impact of growth rate, viability, and mothering capacity of hybrid vehicle. An appropriate breeding program should be based on selection for growth and viability within well adapted that may have originated from breed crosses in themselves. Bulls from the two improved strains should thereafter be used in alteration in the beef producing herd. Another alternative would be to develop new strains from crosses between European type cattle and zebu strains and subsequent vigorous selection. Next, I would like to pass to another presenter.
The livestock and poultry problems of sheep breeding in developing countries. It is under traditional management system, flock fertility and growth rate of the lambs are low. Selection is essential for wool quality improvement, and crossbreeding hybrid vigor is placed under certain conditions. Next is world's meat supply. Highly demand for pig meat and poultry, especially in Far East. No great efforts will be required to adapt the pigs in different environments because intensive pig production system is making use of genetically improvement. Next is sectors of poultry production. Backyard production and large-scale intensive production. It is type of the sectors of poultry production. And then lack of organization makes improvement by breeding can be done only a little. Then improvement through breeding. It is required importations of genetic material and techniques from industrialized countries or trypanosome-tolerant cattle from various parts of Africa. AI services capable of handling frozen semen should be given high priority in most countries. Lack of understanding in the scientific community, and it is need for training of future research staff. Thank you.